Hey y'all, this is Larry out here in southeastern part of Virginia. I'm doing a challenge the Ricky Bobber Moto put out. First thing I want to say, this house right here I'm pointing at, that's the first time I ever rode a motorcycle was out of that garage. I'll tell you about it in a minute. His challenge is to put 5 facts out there about yourself. I see several people doing it, and they're not all doing exactly like that, but that's how I'm gonna do it. So the first one was, first motorcycle I got was a 72 Sportster, and the first time I drove it was right here, out of that house down this way. And I drove it until I couldn't drive no more because I was scared to turn around. So I ran the road and I turned around. Okay, my second one's going to be, my father sold me a 1962 Mercury Meteor, it's called. And he sold it to me for twice as much, more than twice as much as what he paid for it. Heck of a dad, right? He didn't know that I was working with the guy that he bought it from. When I got to work the next day, the guy said, I sold that car to Clyde Martin, which was my dad. They told me what he sold to him for and what I paid for it. It taught me a valuable lesson: is not trust anybody, or not to give a sucker even break. That's what he thought, got to consider I was. Okay, the next one's going to be, I came home from a bar one night, and my roommate and his friend was out there in the living room, and I bought a cigarette from his roommate. Of course, I was drunk as a skunk, and I went to sleep with a cigarette, caught the bed on fire. Of course, they don't really call it on fire, they smolder, and that's what you die from, is smoke anyhow. And my roommate came in there, room full of smoke, got me out of there, and we got the mattress out of there. But the fire department, we heard the fire department coming, so we had motorcycles in the apartment. We had 5 motorcycles in our apartment, and we heard that. I always heard that you get called with a motorcycle in the apartment, it's a $1,000 fine. So we were hurrying up to get them out of there. We got them out there in time. So that was number 2. Okay, I went to 5 different high schools. And not living in the same house all, but 5 different high schools, and I quit school a couple times in that time, and finally went back and graduated. I was 20 years old when I graduated, but I still graduated. Okay, I got notes down here because I keep forgetting. Fire department, father sold me. Okay, I learned to drive in a cemetery. My grandma raised me, and we went to the cemetery like people do. They visit the graves of loved ones. My mother was there, and my father was there in the grave. And when we went there, she let me drive around in there, all around. It took about an hour each time, and that's how it taught me how to drive. I'm not sure what number that is, but that could be it. Oh, another thing too. Gliding on 2s. He's the one who first got me on this challenge. He had a good challenge. He was in the service. That was one of his. He's in service 20 years. Thank him for his service. And I'm not sure if that's 5 or not, y'all. If it's not, so be it. That's the way it goes. Oh, I got another one. Even if I've already done 5, I got one. I went to, me and my buddy went to Florida back in the 70s, and I was getting ready to come home the next day because we'd been there several months. My girlfriend I was dating at the time said she won't wait for me no more. She was here in Yorktown, and I said, oh, I better get on back home. And we went to a bar that night before we left and got arrested, so I couldn't go home the next day. What we got arrested for is the police came to a bar. I forget what it's called. The bar is in Orlando, Winter Park, I think, area. And I said, everybody put your hands on your head, this is a raid. So until I put my hands on my head, I had my hands on a girl. So that's what happened. I got arrested. I was in there for 24 hours. It was sucked. Have you ever been in jail before? It's no fun whatsoever. Okay, I appreciate it, guys. Just subscribe to my channel, Larry68HD. Hit that bell and thumbs up. I appreciate it. Adios, amigos.